Hello, everyone. Welcome to Council India Present Mental Health Talk Show. So today we have a very beautiful and very important topic, and a topic which is always useful for everybody, which is related to the meditation and how we can use this meditation into as a therapeutic tool, as a tool which will soothe our mental health. So to discuss on this topic, we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Mani Menon, sir.
Good
He's a
evening.
clinical psychologist and working in this field quite long time, and uh, and he's really doing amazing job in this field. And I'm very grateful to have him here on this talk show. So welcome, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir. Good
Very
evening.
good evening. Very good evening, sir. Perfect. So before starting on this topic, I would like to know about your work, your experience with this topic, especially meditation. So, how was your experience? What kind of work you have done on it? What personal inputs? What connection you have with this topic? Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity in Council India, which has been doing a great work actually, connecting all the psychologists together in India and all over the world. And I'm really thankful for it, and I have my sincere appreciations for it. So, for your question, sir, I've been meditating. First of all, I've been meditative for since 2007 till date. So I don't miss any time, even if I'm out of station, even if I'm sitting in the bus also, I don't miss it. So yeah, I'm a clinical psychologist and even a psychiatrist as well, because I have done my psychiatry in IIT Kanpur,
Mhm.
and I'm a psychologist as well, and CBT therapist, and a meditation trainer also. So I have 10 years of experience in this field. So I've been helping patients to get it from their mental illness, ranging from normal stress and till schizophrenia of hypochronic variety also. And I have been training students for meditation as well.
Mhm.
And as to our topic today, I have taught to the students mindfulness and mindless meditation also.
Yeah.
So all are good. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you for
Thank you,
doing
sir.
this amazing work.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mani sir, I want you to have a light on this particular name, meditation. Right? There are a lot of meditations in this world. There are a lot of people who are doing meditation, different kind of meditation, mindful, mindless meditation. How do you define the meditation? What is meditation actually?
Yes, sir. So yeah, this is now the Western countries, they have uh, modified, or they have taken in their own language that meditation is one single word, that you have to sit tight and close your eyes and in backbone erect position, all those things. But meditation is a very natural phenomenon in human system. It is a state of it's a state of consciousness. So it's a state of consciousness where we, in front of our eyes, willfully keep aside all our identities.
Mhm.
That also includes our body, the identity on our body as a male or female,
Mhm.
and our education qualification, nationality, religion, ethnicity, everything.
Mhm.
Because at the end, everything has been associated into memory. Yeah. So we have primary memories and acquired memories and associate memories. What if you're able to be out of all the memories, and just if you can be you, just you as you? So I would like to tell in one equation that, for
Mhm.
example, uh, consciousness plus identities is equal to ego.
Okay.
And the consciousness is like a sun. It's just like a sun. We cannot expand or minimize the sun. Sun is the same. Sun is the same. Like that, consciousness is always the same. We cannot maximize or minimize, but we can measure that how far we are close to the consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one is identities. How far we are increasing the identities, that much our ego is getting inflated. Ego is becoming big. So the ego part, inflated ego part, is the troublemaker. And if you want to get rid from there, then you have to subtract all the identities and go close to the consciousness. So there you are in the meditative state.
So are you saying that when we are in consciousness only, without having any identity,
Yes,
we are in
yes,
the meditative state?
yes. Without having any identities, without even touched by any memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, any memories or any thoughts or any of your body things. Just you are being conscious. That
Okay.
is meditative state.
Okay. So can we know more about this consciousness thing? What is consciousness? And how anybody can identify that, okay, this is consciousness and they need to be in this stage.
Okay. So yeah, consciousness, psychologically talking, mind has not yet been defined in psychology and psychiatry. We know the brain and body.
Mm-hmm.
So science is always considered soul as a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
But in spirituality, the consciousness is the one indicator that shows the proof that there is a soul. Yeah, apart from all these clashes between the science and spirituality, let
Mm-hmm.
us come to something practically that we can work out. So in our brain, we have three important areas: prefrontal cortex and cerebral cortex
Mm-hmm.
and hypothalamus. Hypothalamus that also has thalamus. So the cerebral cortex is known as the seat of consciousness. That means if I am sitting on a seat, so that is a seat of consciousness. The cerebral cortex is the one which is holding the consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That means you, when we were born, when I was child, when I was born in the first day, and I didn't know anything. I was very small. Then I was witnessing whatever is happening. So then I was 5 years old. I started witnessing few other things. My parents were talking something, and my relatives were talking something. I started picking up something. My cognition started working. It started processing the information, how to react and do all these things. Then when I became 15, I started experiencing something else. Now when I'm 38, now I'm experiencing something else. But my body has grown, mind has grown. Body is grown by the food, and mind is grown by the society and my experience. But something is keep witnessing since the first second till this second is consciousness. That cannot be disturbed, or that cannot be deleted, or that cannot be hurt. That is always optimum. That
Mm-hmm.
is you. When we add our name, that my name is Manivannan, if I add that name to that consciousness that I am Manivannan, I am adding identity.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to face all the consequences of identifying my consciousness with the name Manivannan.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone is having name Manivannan, if they call Manivannan, I will turn and see. That is also a consequence. So mind is that to human mind is very complex system, because the human brain is very complex. We still have not yet exploded completely. So the consciousness is the one which is saving us from all the problems. If you try to stay with consciousness away from your memories and identities, then you are meditative.
Okay.
And the
So,
prefrontal cortex, which one we always consider that is between eyebrows, the consciousness, they tell that it is a switch of the consciousness. That's all. It is a switch. I have my tube light, and lights are here, fan is here. There's a switch for it. It's
mm-hmm.
just you're initiating the meditation here, that's all. It's just a switch. But remaining all process happens inside the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
this is
yeah,
consciousness.
Nice. So are you saying this like in spirituality, people call it soul,
Yes,
but when you are defining it from psychological point of view, you're saying it consciousness.
yes, yes, exactly.
And consciousness is something which is witnessing everything,
Yes, sir. Yes,
witnessing memories, witnessing mind, witnessing body, witnessing surrounding, witnessing everything.
everything, everything.
Right. So would you like to tell us more about what is witnessing? Like how it is different from when we are observing anything or when we are analyzing anything, how witnessing is this particular witnessing of consciousness is different.
Yes, sir, exactly. See, now, for example, there is witnessing and observing. That's a different phenomenon.
Mm-hmm,
So, I let me talk about observation. When I talk about observation, something called survival is included with that.
mm-hmm,
Survival is included. That means I am witnessing. With that witnessing, I'm adding plus survival for some reason of survival or some curiosity, for some emotional attribute, or for some bodily need. I am observing something that is nothing but a kind of witness only. But witnessing, when we talk about witnessing, there is no need, there is no demand, there is no survival. It is just a plain observation. That's all. For example, if my eyes are looking into something, I have gone to a mall and I'm just looking into a watch or a jewel or some mobile or something, then there is something inside me that I have a desire of buying a new mobile or a good mobile or something. Right? So that is observing. I'm just observing. I'm not talking with anyone. I'm just observing the mobile. That's all.
input is included in it.
Yes,
We're taking
definitely.
any input while we are observing, right?
Yes, exactly.
Mhm, mhm,
And but if I delete that, if I just remove the need of input that I
mhm,
want, I need to, I want to upgrade my mobile or something. If I remove all those things, then we call only witness.
mhm.
So witness is the basic source. When we add something with that witness, it becomes observation.
Okay.
Colors of the human. When we add need, demand, love, and affection, desires, anger, something, whatever, when we add with that, it turns into a different meaning. So, one of a kind is observation.
Okay. So consciousness or witnessing is something when we do not have any desire, any thought, any emotion. It is beyond all that thing.
Yes, pure consciousness, pure consciousness.
Okay. Perfect. So this is meditation, and being in the consciousness is called meditation. Now we are moving forward to understand the types, what types of meditations are. Like one is mindful meditation, what is mindless meditation, how this meditation has been differentiated, and what are the differences, sir?
Yes, sir. So, we have two varieties, mindfulness and mindlessness. So, mindfulness we can talk only when we have acquired lots of memories. We are the machine, we are flesh and blood, having some mechanism of thinking that we are constantly mind is thinking. That means our thinking pattern is an automatic nervous system. It is just by default, it's thinking. You have created the memories, you have created the identities, and we have some needs and demands in the future. So when all these things are working, so many attributes are working in the brain, and we are attached and we are entangled with various things in our life. So now what is happening after all these things, we call cognitive failure, reported cognitive failure, because we are not just only one human living in our house. There are crores of people are interacting with us, and the whole world is directly or indirectly influencing you. So not all our desires, not all our demands, not all the things can be executed and successfully achieved until unless there are deliberate and purposeful dedicated efforts on it. So while we are pursuing these things, what is happening actually? We accidentally involve in the cognitive failure. When cognitive failure happens, immediately the plasticity of perception should happen. This means perfect rewiring in the brain should happen. When that is not happening, the people involved in confusions, brain fog, and because of that, they develop depression, anxiety. Because of these relationship issues, that is further putting more oil into the lamp, and that is again recreating a bigger form of depression, anxiety, and fear that is leading to other psychiatric illnesses. So now the mindfulness comes into the picture. What if you're able to witness these memories, even the confusions, pain, and your body, even yourself as a third person? If you're able to witness it, then you are becoming mindful. That means you are becoming you're started traveling towards the consciousness. As I told, the consciousness plus identities is equal to ego. From ego you started traveling towards the consciousness. So the as we move towards the sun, how the sun becomes big for our visualization, like that the consciousness will become big, so that what happens, the remaining all things whatever we are facing in our life will become small for our cognitive discriminatory sense. So that what happens, we can solve our problem as a third person than being the victim of our problem. I can just tell in other example. For example, if you're living in a flat which is 10, which has 10 floors. So on the ground floor, you might be having some traffic, cars are parked, and all the cars should go one by one in the entry gate, and so many things are there. And for example, your car is stuck among many cars. The cars are not moving. This is a kind of situation we can compare with our real life. So what happens? You don't know how to solve the issue. You find that you are the victim of the problem. That in that moment, you just raise your head and see surrounding, and you see that so many cars are there. You're stuck. What if you just climb all over all the 10 floors and you go to the top, and you just from there you see what is happening. You can see the whole picture. Where is my car? Where are other cars? Where is the problem? Where is the blockage? Where's the traffic? Where can be solved? You know it, and come down, go to that particular problematic area and solve the issue, clear the traffic, and you get your vehicle moved. So going top of the building and seeing everything is mindfulness. That means you are detaching yourself from your body, mind, memories, confusion, even your confusions, your projects, literally everything. And you just start witnessing as a third person, so that you will find all these things are very distant from you and small, and you will be able to give a correct connection between the informations. And again, when you wake up from the mindfulness meditation, you will be having a very good near access to all informations. You will process it easily, and you make your life get moved among all the confusions and complications. So mindfulness is nothing but being detached from everything from you, and you stay as you and observe everything as you. And when you come out from that, and when you again come out from the meditation, you become again the part of all the memories. You are empowered person by yourself. No one is empowering, but you yourself is empowering you.
Basically, when there is a distance, when you can create or maintain that distance, or you see with that distance, that which is you and your things, your thoughts, your memories, your ideas, your everything.
Yes, sir.
But when you are different from that, those ideas, those things, then you can say that you are in the mindfulness state.
Yes, exactly.
So here you are saying that even from the mind, distance from the mind as well.
Yes, exactly, sir.
So if it is distance from the mind, so why we call it mindfulness?
Yes, exactly. See, I use the word not distant, detach.
Detached. Okay.
Yeah, detach. So, for example, we have two trains are attached right now. Two trains are attached and detached. Two bogies are attached and detached right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like the mind is the consequence of consciousness. The mind is
Consequence
a
of
consequence
consciousness.
of consciousness. Okay,
Okay.
because we had consciousness by birth, we have consciousness, something called hypothalamus and thalamus.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, mind has been created. our own personality. That means every mind is different. Your
Mhm.
mind, my mind, every mind is different. In all the minds, some different attributes are there. So in each of your thought, this is what mindfulness. For example, in each of your thought, for example, if I think about my childhood, or if I think about what I was doing in 15 years old, if I get that memory is possible because in that memory, my consciousness is also mixed.
Mhm.
Whatever memory if I take, for example, yesterday I had been to one of my friend's place, and if I remember that, in that memory also my consciousness is mixed. So it means that you're detaching yourself from the mind. It means that you're detaching yourself from the memory. Mind is basically nothing but cluster of memories, cluster of all the memories. If you are away from, if you for example, for another 5-10 minutes, you are not deliberately with the help of someone or something, you just keep on ignoring the memories, you can see that suddenly you will feel that disorientation. There is no mind.
Okay.
There is no mind. So when you, yeah, there's no mind. So it means that the consciousness, because of which the mind has been consequenced. When we detach our consciousness from the mind, it means that you're staying away from the mind. So what happens? Mind becomes its full. You're allowing the mind to work as it is.
Okay.
So that's how we are detaching. So that's how we call it as mindfulness. That means you're allowing your mind to work in full, but you're staying away and just witnessing. When you are inside, you're just trying to do something with that, just triggering, following, being the consequence, or being the victim of the memories, victim of your emotions. You're just playing it. You're under the control of the mind. When you detach yourself, you're allowing your mind to work fully.
Mhm.
So it just witnesses the mind as a different entity.
Yeah.
That's why.
So you're saying that we are generally occupied with a lot of memories. We are thinking, we are processing those memories through our mind,
Yes.
right? So we are engaged there. But whenever we get our mind free, whenever we take, set our mind free, so mind has a scope to not just focus on those memories, but go anywhere.
Yes. 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 It's like I can also say in this way that yeah, I think when I think what I'm going to give example, the people who not have tried meditation, definitely they will understand it. For example, if I go to a bus stand, and for example, I'm in Bangalore, a nearby city to me is Mysore. I go to bus stand, I want to reach Mysore, and I'm trying to catch a bus to Mysore. But when I go to bus stand, I can see various buses going. They are about to go to various cities.
Mhm.
And if I start seeing all the buses, and if I just following all the buses, I will not reach my destiny. So what I
Okay.
have to do, I have to catch my bus, which is going to go to Mysore, and I have to climb on it, and it will just take me there. So like that, in our mind, all memories have their own smell. The memories, they will start emitting the smell. So when we catch a smell and start following, instead of reaching the goal or what we are about to do, we just go the root of the memory or the experiential memory what we had. Just it takes back us to that root of the memory, and we are stuck there. And the memory where we are reaching, that memory will show you the exact experience what you had 5 years before or 10 years before. Even it was a painful memory, you will remember the same pain. So people likely to enter into a mood swing, like they they feel that my mood is not all right because I remembered something. So
Right.
you have to in mindful meditation, you have to just detach from those memories, constantly staying away from the memories.
So, but uh, not always. Like whenever we are, for example, right now, okay, if we pause for few seconds, few minutes,
Okay.
and we stop thinking about the memories or thinking about the future as well, because future futuristic thoughts are also based on the memories of our past,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So we are not attached with any kind of memory. We are not thinking about past and future. If we are in present, still we are creating thoughts, isn't it?
yes.
Still our mind is working.
That's a very good question. That's a very good question. See, so basically, what is thoughts? If we consider,
Mhm.
thought cannot be created until unless there is a memory.
Okay.
Thought cannot be created until unless. For example, if I ask a person that what is Andromeda, Andromeda is nearby our immediate next galaxy. If I ask them what is Andromeda, he might tell that I don't know. If I ask that, okay, can you tell something about Amitabh Bachchan? He might tell few information that his height and tall and his voice is good and superstar and all those things he will. If I ask him that why you could not talk about Andromeda, he would say that because I don't know about it. I don't know means he doesn't have those memories in his mind. So
But
if
I'm
he,
also creating a thought that I do not know. This is also a thought.
yes, that's what I'm telling that. If you're having interaction with the world, if you have an interaction with the world, that I don't know something is also a trigger because you're interacting with the world. Because since I am asking that question, that do you know? I don't know. Right now, if because I'm introducing the word Andromeda, because of that he's thinking that I don't know.
Mhm.
Because of that
Because of that, yes.
he's thinking I don't know. If I'm not asking that, he will not even think that I don't know, right now.
Hmm.
So something, there is an interaction
Hmm.
with the external world or internal demand or external world. There is an there
Every
is a keep
thought
on
carries a memory. Every thought is due to
yes,
the memory. You are
yes,
saying this.
exactly. So every thought has a memory. What happens exactly that whatever you have, for example, now today this moment I'm sitting, I'm just working or watching TV or something. I'm watching a TV, I'm watching a program or a movie, that one particular scene triggers some kind of my memory. The memories start popping up. And if I'm conscious, if I'm mindful, I think that it's just a memory. I ignore it and just start focusing on the movie. I'll enjoy the movie. Instead of that, after getting triggered from the scene, if I take out the memory and I just start following the memory, I'll just go back to the memory. The memory will take me where that memory rooted. And I would have missed one 5 to 10 minutes of movie there, the intensity of the movie. I would have missed the joy. I'm just following the thought. I'm going to the root of the memory, where some pains or something was there, and I'm just entangled with that. I feel bad mood and something not feeling better and good. So that's why most of the time the panic attack people, when they are watching movie also, they get panic attacks. Why? Because some memory trigger. Instead of focusing mindfully focusing on the movie, they
Hmm.
follow the memory, they go back to the root of the memory. That makes
Hmm.
them panic and they get panic attack middle of the movie. They come out of the theater, come back to home.
Right. So every thought has that memory.
Yes, every thought has the memory, and if you just mindfulness enough, conscious enough that it's just a memory. Mindfully, if you just ignore it, then you're mindful. You're just focusing on the work what you're doing. You are in the present. You're not in the past.
So when you are in the present, can we say that we are mindful?
Yes, when we are in the present, yes, we are mindful.
So do we identify at that time that we are in present? Because if we identify, and identification is also done by a thought, and thought will
See,
carry memory.
yes, exactly. For
Yeah.
example, now if I'm meditating, for example, if I'm
Mhm.
meditating, and if I'm identifying myself that I am meditating, that is also a thought, right? No, that is
Yes.
also a thought.
Right. Right.
But if you have a consciousness that yes, I am identifying myself that I am meditating, we call it as metacognition. Metacognition. That means the intelligence will try to apply intelligence on its own intelligence. Your cognition will start working on your own cognition.
Hmm.
You are perceiving about your own perception.
Right.
Yes, this is metacognition, right? No? So when you're meditating, you have a thought that I am meditating. What I'm meditating, for example, if you take a single syllable mantra, that you are meditating on a mantra, be it Om, Shrim, or something, anything. Okay, and if you identify that Om is a mantra, it has two syllables, you're generating thoughts. I am telling that thoughts are inevitable. During this is one of the taboo or one of the misunderstanding what people have, that when I meditate, thoughts should not come. That is absolutely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When you meditate, thoughts will come. When you meditate, thoughts will come. Just like when you're traveling the bus, you're going to the destiny, right? Now, when you're traveling the bus, can you assure that you will not see anything on the road? You will see many things. You will see a baker, you see a police, you see temple, you see God, many
Right.
things you will see, right? Now, but will you get down when, for example, you're seeing a dog is hit by something? You are in the bus is going,
Hmm.
a dog is hit by someone and it is just shouting there. Will you stop the bus and get down and go deal with the dog and get back to the bus and go to the city? Or you will just witness and go?
Yeah,
This
witness.
exact, yes, exactly. Even the thoughts will be keep on coming, but your job is to just to witness. Even the thinking, even if you think that I am meditating is also a thought, witness that also.
But
And
that
if you
witnessing is not thought.
witnessing is not that, because that is the basic job, basic function of the consciousness. You cannot alter anything with that. It's a basic function, fundamental function of the consciousness. Even if you are willing or not willing, it is witnessing. During your dream, you are witnessing. Even if I give you anesthesia, if you are in deep consciousness also, deep unconsciousness also, that consciousness is witnessing something. That you cannot delete the function of our consciousness, thalamus, hypothalamus and thalamus, of witnessing. That will be keep happening.
Very nice. So it means whenever anybody is trying to meditate, mindfulness meditation, so it is not that immediately they're gonna get into that stage of consciousness, but they'll be getting a lot of thoughts.
Yes,
Then they
definitely.
will start getting witness of those thoughts,
Yes.
and then from witness to consciousness,
Yes, definitely.
it will
Because
happen.
there are stages. Why? Because when I'm talking to you, for example, I'm talking to you. If you're
Hmm.
asking me, sir, please can you go to meditation, show me?
Hmm.
What I have to do, I'll close my eyes. As soon as I close my eyes, in my attention gate in the prefrontal cortex, what will
Hmm.
happen? My recent memories will be there. I was talking to Bobby, sir. He was asking these questions. This role will be in my short-term memory. This role thing will be popping up.
Hmm.
Yes, this is a natural phenomenon like the brain has got and human life has got. It will be
Right.
working. Then when I close my eyes, these memories will come. The moment these memories are coming, is mindful meditation is kind of attitudinal formation only.
Hmm.
Like you have to acquire that attitude that I'm witnessing. That's all. Just start witnessing the thought that yeah, it's a recent memory. Just witness it. And after witnessing that, maybe some other, I don't know, whichever memory might come, we don't know that. Anything might come as surprise for us, definitely surprise
Hmm.
for us. And when that comes also, I have to just witness it.
Witness that too.
Yes, witness it. But one more beautiful thing it has to happen during mindful meditation
Hmm.
is that we should not try to access intelligence.
We should not
Why?
try to access intelligence.
Intelligence, yes. That is very, very important in mindful meditation. Why? Because intelligence, the basic function of the intelligence, it will be keep on asking you questions: why, what, how, where, when. It will be
Hmm.
keep on asking, no matter even your restful state, sleeping, studying, listening, doing. Now when I'm talking to you also, my
Hmm.
words become triggered to you and you ask me why, what, how.
Right.
But why? Because intelligence is working.
Hmm.
For example, if you're not asking any question, I am only talking, it's a kind of half meditation only, because you are in meditative state like only. When I'm meditating, all the thought, all these memories will be popping up. It is not thoughts yet. Memories are popping up. It is not thought yet. If I catch hold of one memory, if I start working on that memory, then it becomes thought.
Hmm.
If I don't work on my memory, it is in the memory level only. You can just witness and send it. When it becomes thought, I catch
Hmm.
hold of one memory, start applying intelligence that why, what, how. Then I'm not meditating, I am thinking, closing my eyes and thinking.
Right.
So when these memories are coming, intelligence in another side will be asking that why this, what this, what this. Don't try to answer those questions.
Hmm. Witness that
Now,
too.
yeah, yes, witness that too.
Hmm.
You need practice for this. You need practice. You need technique. You need instructor for this for help.
So
Uh,
here we can stop giving the water to those memories by creating some another thoughts while in meditation state.
yes, yes. But that means you should not create the thoughts.
Hmm.
Whatever memories are there, let it be a memory. Just let it be a memory. In my room, there are, if I'm talking to you in my room, so many things are there. Here puja is there,
Yeah.
here AC is there, so many things are there. Instead of talking to you, if I take some mobile and start doing something that it
Hmm.
means that I am not in the session
Right.
right now. So during meditation, I have lots of memories. Let that be as it is, wherever it is. Just let that be.
Hmm.
If I go and deal with that, then it becomes a thought. Why I am dealing with that? Because my intelligence is asking questions: why, what, when, how.
Right.
I start answering to that, it becomes a thought. So I am not meditative now. I am thinking. If you're able to detach yourself
Hmm.
from the memories and from the questions, and if you just witness everything, then you are going to mindfulness. You are allowing your mind to be full. You are not influencing the mind. It's like there is a bowl of water. You
Hmm.
want that bowl of water to be without any sprinkles. It should be crystal clear. You're trying that for it.
Hmm.
This is mind. Now, what is happening? Instead of making that water to be crystal clear like a mirror, you keep on touching it, touching it, touching it. Will it be clear?
No.
Yes, exactly the same.
Right. So it means when memories are coming, when and then your intelligence start working, which is true with the thoughts. Obviously,
Yes,
intelligence will start working through thoughts,
yes,
but we need to witness that too.
yes,
And after some time, when we will be witnessing those questions as well, the questions or the thoughts will go away. You're saying this.
yes, exactly. Now, what will happen actually if something, if you the consciousness is the commander to your body and mind. It's a commander. If the commander is not ready to get attached with anything, we have in central nervous system we have automatic and semi-automatic. That means sympathetic and semi parasympathetic. The automatic nervous system will take a command to that. The consciousness is not willing for getting attached. It will take the process. It will execute and give you the process. That is what the completion of the meditation, mindful meditation. That you feel that you just go blank for some time. That
Mhm.
no thoughts, no memories, and because you're not answering, you become complete silent within yourself,
Hmm.
and you don't have a conscious that what happened even outside.
Right. So this is called mindful meditation.
Mindful meditation, yes.
Sounds good. So how about mindless meditation? So we'll move forward quickly.
Yes sir,
What
yes
is
sir.
mindless meditation according to you, sir?
So mindless meditation is, we call that in it's mostly mindfulness is mostly used in clinical picture in psychiatrists and psychologists and neurologists, they use it. But mindless meditation is mostly described in yogic culture, in our Indian yogic culture and Vedanta. It has been mentioned. So mindless meditation, what we call is actually manonasha. In Sanskrit, mindfulness is called manolaya.
Mhm.
Manolaya. That means you manolaya means having control or complete control over the mind by getting detached. If you are part of,
Hmm.
for example, if you're part of the mind, you cannot control. But what if you're third person to the mind, you can have control over it.
Right.
So that is manolaya. Manonasha means that you are completely you're completely blocking or you're completely liberating all the memories. You're completely liberating all the memories so that you are not with the mind at all. There is no job with your mind at all. We call shunya. This is shunya, complete blank, complete emptiness. Or other words, we call that samadhi.
Hmm.
That means you are completely conscious. In mindfulness, you know that you're conscious, you're being conscious, that conscious will be there. In
Okay.
mindfulness, that
Hmm.
you're conscious,
Hmm.
you'll be conscious about that. I am not in, that means I'm completely conscious. But in mindless, you will not have even that. You're just blissfully existing. That will be just an existence, that's all. It's just be an existence. I can tell you in one. I can tell in one short story, if it is okay. I can just one
Yes,
two
please.
minutes. Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So for mindfulness, what happened for mindfulness? This is a story that what happened once a prince. He was about to be announced the next king. The king finds that the prince father finds that he needs to get more training. But even though he has got all the trainings, so he tells that go to the forest and meet that yogi. One yogi is there, and he just goes to that forest and he meets an yogi and he tells that okay. He reads a letter what sent by the father, and after reading, he tells it, okay, take the broom and start cleaning the ashram. And he was like, I'm the prince. How can I do that? Even though you're prince, do as I say. When he's cleaning, when he's brooming the ashram, suddenly he gets a hitting on his back. The yogi has given a tight slap on his back.
Hmm.
And the yogi says that like this, I'll hit any time. You have to escape. And the prince says that, okay, let me try. Even though after another 2, 3 days he got slaps, but after 2, 3 days he could not get slaps. Then another 3 days he got again hitting with a long stick. The yogi was holding a long stick. Now yogi can hit him at any time from anywhere, very nearby. So he had to escape. Again, he got hittings for another 1 week. Then again, the yogi could not hit him now. He became more conscious now. Then what happened after next time the yogi shows one a long sword in front of him. He tells that and at any time I'll cut you. So you have to escape. So this prince he tells that okay I'll try to because at least earlier with hittings he can escape but now even one cut also then over that's all. So he became very conscious that even during the sleep he is able to sense what is happening around him and anybody is moving around him though he's giving rest to the body. So even the yogi could not come near him. So once the yogi was in meditation that the prince comes and he thinks that okay why I have to go through all the tortures, let me take this sword and cut this yogi, I'll be free. No, the yogi wakes up and he tells that, how dare you think about me like this? So this is what mindfulness, that the mindfulness happens that when you're completely conscious about your own thoughts and body, the movements, everything, you will have control over your environment. That means you will be able to become the problem solver. When it comes to the mindlessness, the same kind of another story. Yeah, an yogi who is in a forest who used to meditate in the morning times. So whenever he meditates in the morning time, what happens actually? He completely forget himself. That means, as I said, that complete mindlessness. There are lots of birds. All the birds will come and used to come and sit on him. He will be like covered with completely birds. When he's about to wake up from the meditation, all the birds will move away from him. So once a child finds the scene, and after he wakes up from the meditation, the child asks him that, Swamiji, can you pick one bird and give me tomorrow? He tells him, okay, let me try tomorrow. The next day, when he sat for meditation,
Hmm.
he went to the meditation, no doubt.
Hmm.
And no thoughts, no body, nothing, complete consciousness. When he woke up, the child asked that he could not get any birds because no birds sat on you. Then yogi replied to him that, yeah, earlier I did not have anything like nothing I had in my mind. I just was meditating. But today I had a thought
Hmm.
of catching one bird. So all birds sensed me. So I might catch anyone. So they did not come to me. This is the difference. That mindfulness, you have a purpose. As I said, in mindlessness, you don't have purpose. So you entirely go away from the mind.
Yeah.
So when this happens, what happens actually? There are 8 very important regions of the brain
Hmm.
during mindfulness and mindlessness. Also, like mindfulness is basically 4 parts of the brain: hippocampus, Hypothalamus, amygdala. Amygdala is the one which is emotional control, that fly and fight response, which is the reason for it. And when we meditate, the amygdala shrinks, so there is no stress. Hippocampus is the memory center, which will stop giving you unnecessary memories. And the thalamus area, which will occur a kind of thalamus is the area where thalamus and hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is more social consciousness. Thalamus is your inner consciousness. It gets balanced. But during mindless meditation, you have 8 regions like post-lateral prefrontal cortex and insular cortex and hippocampus and white matter, gray matter. These are all the things are getting balanced. That's why in we say that Adi Yogi or Shiva, the
Mhm.
Shiva in meditation posture, you can see that behind there are lots of hair for him. Like no, it doesn't mean that a meditative person should have long hair. But why that long hair? It's a representation that it's all gray matters. The gray matters are more for the people who go into that samadhi meditation. And white matters and something called corpus callosum. Corpus callosum is the one which joins our two hemisphere of the brain. If you just
Mhm.
open the brain, there is a fiber structure which is joining both.
Divider, or we can say
Yes, yeah, it's
separator.
completely yes, separator,
Mhm.
and which connects both the brain and definitely the center is here.
Mhm.
So the corpus callosum, where it's a tract of white matters. The tract of the white matter will help you for the bodily movement, emotional control, and thought control, memory control. All those things happens there.
Mhm.
So during meditation, these are all the areas, like especially cerebral cortex and corpus callosum and anterior cingulate cortex, and also mid cingulate cortex. These are all the areas or volume increased. The meditators. This is
Mhm.
a test done by I think I just forgot the name. It's a test done by I forgot the name. It's a neurologist.
Mhm.
We call it meta-analysis. They have done the meta-analysis with 300 people, meditators, mindfulness meditators and mindless meditators.
Mhm.
So they witnessed that this portion of the brain have volume has increased, amygdala has shrunk. So we call it it's a perfect brain, the
Mhm.
matured brain. They are always inside happy, no matter whatever is happening outside.
Mhm. So they are actually in that consciousness stage.
Yes, because they know that which is necessary, which is not necessary. Should I involve in this because your cognitive functions are working very fine tuned. And if you are in any argument, you'll come to know that should I involve in this argument, how far in the argument will go. At a beginning only they will cut and they will just be joyful and happy inside.
Okay.
Yes,
So yeah, we got the difference between mindless and mindful meditation.
yes,
Of course, can we say that when we are trying mindless meditation, of course, there's a state of mindful meditation in between, and then we go beyond that to the mindless meditation.
yes, yes. Yeah, to be frank, when we start mindful meditation, the end result of any mindful meditation is mindless meditation.
Okay.
End result is mindless. You take any kind of
End
meditation,
result is mindless meditation.
mindless only, end result. Because you start with thoughts or single syllable mantra, or light, or whichever might be, anything.
Hmm.
But when you are keep on detaching yourself from every identities and memories, and you are just trying to be conscious, what is happening automatically? Your neurons completely go into the rest states, and so that all brain chemicals come into the equilibrium.
Hmm.
So no memory, no thoughts, no body consciousness. You just enter into mindless. But that will stay for 1, 2, 3 seconds, maybe
Okay.
1, 2, 3 seconds. You'll stay there, and again, uh, the survival instinct will wake you up. From there, again, you will come back to the memories. Again, you have to repeat the same process. If you're meditating for half an hour, if you are able to achieve the same process in 10 minutes, if another 20 minutes is there, repeat the same process, you'll get it. But mindless meditation has got different techniques as well.
Hmm.
Different techniques. you can particularly focus on mindless with other different techniques. There are certain kriyas are there. Like see, in Western only they call one word meditation. In our Indian system, we call in various dhyana, dharana, dharana, and duryadina, chakra meditations. Lots of things are there. Like no, all these things definitely have mindfulness. But when we talk about samadhi, Sonia, it is definitely mindless. So we have different techniques for that. If you use that technique, then you can separately cultivate that kind of mindless meditation. Most of the time, it is used by the yogis who don't want to involve in family life and all those things. And they just, you can see them in Himalaya or some other temples, like they just be away from everything. A person who is in family life and having some different goals or demands, survival instincts, he will find difficult practicing mindless meditation. But mindful meditation is possible for them.
Right. Because they have a lot of memories, a lot of things to do. But
Yes,
for the yogis,
yes, exactly.
they have
Lots.
renounced all the things and they are
Yes,
dedicatedly sitting for that only.
yes. They don't have anything to do. When you don't have anything to do, there is no need of much worrying about your past memories. But if you have something in the future you want to do, definitely you recollect the memories and you think about it and worry about memories and feel happy. All these mood fluctuations will be there.
Yeah. So when I'm thinking about this mindless meditation, thinking about yogis, there's one another question is coming into my mind is like, is there any involvement of super consciousness, God, or any another energy while we are reaching to this mindless state of meditation, reaching to the consciousness?
That's good. Good question. Yes, actually, what happens actually, yeah, if we strictly talk about psychology and psychiatry, neuroscience, we have to limit with only Sigmund Freud's
Right.
unconscious mind state. That's all, unconscious state of mind. But in Indian system, we have other conscious state also, like after unconscious, we have conscious state and subconscious state and unconscious state. After that, it is also called collective conscious state. Collective conscious state, then super conscious state. So in collective conscious state is more involved with like what to say that hippocampus. It means that completely accessing the hippocampus with the help of hypothalamus and thalamus, so that prefrontal cortex suddenly gets suspended. I'm just giving a scientific connection for that. I'm just trying to justify that.
Okay.
According to my understanding, according to my experience. So what
You were
happens?
trying to justify in God in
No,
another way.
no, definitely. I'm not coming to the concept God now. Sorry.
Okay.
In a way, because we are all professionals in psychology. Like now, if I talk about God, now our session will become illogical. Let me try to stick with science only. Try to stick with science only. Yes. So what happens actually? These portions are completely getting activated. So what happens actually? We are the humans are evolution from the single cell amoeba. Since the first that has got mutated cell division, so then other reptiles and macaque, then we have come until now. So what happened? Even modern science agrees with that we have all the memories inside. Even the monkey memory is there. Even reptile memories are there. All those things. Even if you see the Rashi charts of Indian astrology, we classify them into the various insects and animals and all those things because those instincts will be more inside. Modern science is agreeing with that. Yes, you have all the memories of that your evolution. You have that is agreed. So when you're accessing this collective conscious mind, that collective conscious mind can happen during the time of samadhi meditation. But that should be again witnessed and moved on. That should be witnessed and moved on. You will remember your all the animal instincts and everything. You will remember that. So what happens that your all the memories of your evolution will come into the picture. I think you might have seen a movie called Lucy.
Lucy, yes.
Yeah, Lucy. Then
The
what happened?
percentage of the mind
Yes,
increasing and
exactly,
yeah.
exactly right. You can see that she will start remembering most of the things, like everything will come to the picture. That's it's one of the studies, like conscious studies done in
Hmm.
India and Tamil Nadu also, in even Texas also. They
Hmm.
mentioned this that the Jesus when he used to meditate and he attained samadhi. That's why all this possible. Let us keep aside all those things, but he accessed his collective conscious mind. That's why he could walk on the water.
Hmm.
He could walk on the water. He could talk with animals and all those things.
Hmm.
So, but that should be just witnessed and moved to the samadhi. If you stuck there, then again it is another dimension of the life. Then you will spoil your life again. That should not be accessed. That you should just go to the samadhi and just enjoy your presence, existence, and come back.
Hmm.
And then next is we have super consciousness.
Hmm.
So when you come into the super consciousness, then it means that you are like basically, as I said, that the consciousness is the one
Hmm.
uh, which because of which mind is the consequence. What if I am out of my complete mind and completely conscious? It means that my conscious also is your conscious, and other conscious is my conscious. Like all the consciousness is one now.
Hmm.
All the consciousness is one, not only mine, yours, and even all the animals. All the consciousness is just one.
Hmm.
So as the Bhagavad Gita says that in our space we have air. That means air is there. If I fill around 100 balloons, fill the balloon with air, 100 balloons. So what is outside is there inside.
Right.
If I break a balloon, then that becomes again the outside air.
Right.
So like that, the consciousness in every balloon, every human is the same.
Hmm.
If you are able to access that complete consciousness, that super consciousness, that means you are in a position that where you will be in a state of mind where you are connected, or you are that consciousness everywhere existing. So because of that, it is possible to read mind.
Hmm.
Yeah, scientifically we cannot talk it, but we might have heard all these stories and everything, right? No, like many Babas are there, even Sai Baba is there, and Raghavendra Swami and other
Hmm.
Swamijis. They can read your mind. They can know that what is your past, what happened is just because that they have access to that conscious state. So, yeah. So let us not talk more in this because it is
Hmm.
a deviate from science. Yes.
Yes, yes. So basically now we have talked about meditation, mindful meditation, mindless meditation. Though, yeah, mindless meditation is, I mean, I think there is a treasure inside if we talk
Yes.
about,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. And also I have everybody want to know about it more and more. For example, I have one big question. If you
Yes, sir.
would like
Please.
to
Please.
answer, it's up to you.
Please, sir. Please,
Like,
sir.
okay, so there are a lot of yogis, there are a lot of people who are going to get that stage, experience that ecstasy or that stage of super consciousness or oneness,
Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir.
And there are people who are here in this normal life, right? If
Yes.
somebody want to go to do that mindless meditative state or super consciousness state, it will take time for them, right? It is not
Yes.
easy that in
Easy
one
job
second
here.
you can get.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's why they go to Himalayas. That's why they give time to that. That's why they
Yes,
renounce the normal world, the ordinary things or normal day-to-day things,
yes, exactly,
right?
exactly.
So according to you, what do you think? What is the purpose? Like to get that ecstasy or to be here in this world?
You're asking my personal opinion.
Yeah, your thoughts, your opinion, obviously.
Okay, it depends on their journey. It depend on their journey actually. If, for example, if you're having a personality of dynamism that you want to do more things on this earth,
Mm-hmm.
you have lots of desires and needs, and you want to project that you are great for some purpose. You have come
Hmm.
here. If you consider that, then what happens actually that works as a motivation for to do many things in the life. You will be keep on pushing yourself to do that, pushing yourself to do that.
Hmm.
When you're trying hard yourself to do something, for example, if someone wants to become prime minister of the country, maybe India also, you can take it that it's not an easy task to become prime minister of a country like India. Trying to become, and that's a heavy process. You have to go through many things. Finally, for what? To serve the people. Okay, fine. After serving, what is happening? What is happening? What's in it? After serving, what has happened? Nothing. Yeah, you find an ecstasy in the brain that I had done this.
Satisfaction,
Yes, satisfy.
happiness.
Yes,
Hmm.
satisfaction, happiness. I have done this. I have lived that this life. I
Hmm.
have done this, and it's an ecstasy definitely that you cannot see that and that except that particular person experiences it. Be it any achievements. Right? No, that all brain chemicals are going lasting, and you're feeling that ecstasy inside. What if you're able to? What if the ecstasy of finding your root?
Hmm.
What is the ecstasy of finding your own root? That that means you're intending to reach the root of everything. That means what we call Shiva in Indian mythology. We call Shiva. That means that the nucleus of everything. When you are able to reach it, that's what we call samadhi. When you reach there,
Hmm.
not only the 8 sections what I mentioned about the brain,
Hmm.
all sections of the brain come into its fullest. Come at its fullest. That means all chemicals, all chemicals in its own balance, in its proper quantum,
Hmm.
and everything is in perfect equilibrium.
Hmm.
So that is the ultimate ecstasy. You can experience it
Hmm.
with the people, with other like having some desires in the world, like normal common man. He wants to do some achieve something, a self-esteem need. He wants to achieve.
Hmm.
His ecstasy is kind of conditioned.
Hmm.
The ecstasy of a yogi who is renouncing from all those things and experiences unconditioned.
Hmm.
So unconditioned happiness is quite bigger than this. So this is my opinion.
Okay. So people should move for this unconditional happiness, or they should live this thing. See, ultimately, it is a matter of the knowledge as well, how much you know about it.
Yeah.
Whenever you know about something, you do something about it, or you accept or you reject any idea.
Yes, yes,
So generally, people do not have access of those yogis around them. So by default, they choose this life,
yes,
no, mundane, doing mundane things, going into the doing all those day-to-day things in the world.
yes, yes,
So, but what if when somebody knows that okay, there are two things, that's how you can get ecstasy as well, and that's how if you live in this world, you will do this, and then ultimately you are striving for that ecstasy.
yes.
So what if they think that apply the shortcut? Is there any shortcut, or I mean, how to find out that which way to choose?
Okay, fine. So it's a very good question. See, for example, if I'm a father, I have my child, and I'm taking care of my child. I'm working and I'm earning money. I'm giving to the child,
Hmm.
and I'm saving money for the child. Yes, I feel happy and ecstasy, good about it. I
Hmm.
feel whenever money I'm saving for my child, I feel happy, good.
Hmm.
So, for example, I'm saying, for example, not truly telling, in my account I have 1 crore. It is just an example.
Okay.
Okay. I've saved for my son. Okay.
Hmm.
What happens? I just find that someone's child who I don't know is in some kind of medical condition.
Hmm.
They need money around 20 lakhs, and I just feel and I just give from that money. So, what I have kept for my son, I'm giving 20 lakhs to this boy. That boy gets saved. but he's not blood related to me. I don't know who is that, but he said he is going to live happily.
Mhm.
That makes me more happy than previously what I've saved for my son.
Hmm.
When a person witnesses the difference between these two happiness,
Hmm.
he finds the second happiness is more good. He becomes more unconditional. Second one is unconditional. First one is conditional. And once you taste this unconditional happiness,
Hmm.
then it nobody needs to lead you. You that itself will lead you towards that. That itself will lead you towards that. Then you'll start finding such kind of happiness that how to get unconditional. You start becoming unconditional within yourself, with society, with others.
Hmm.
Even someone hurts you, also you feel like helping them, and you accept others' faults. You accept everybody's faults. You accept the perfection of this universe, the imperfection of this society. You are
Hmm.
becoming completely unconditional, unconditional, unconditional.
Hmm.
Yeah, now at one point of your time, the life will give you choice that can I take this or that, and there you have to choose that.
Okay.
Yes,
So ultimately, it's your choice.
yes, definitely, definitely. But here I want to talk about even psychologists. Like, yes, as a psychologist, psychiatrist, whenever you're meeting the patients,
Hmm.
there are even I have heard lots of patients having lots of disorders and problems. Like if common man listens that, for
Hmm.
example, my mother or someone, if they're listening to that problem, they will vomit. Some sexual disorders, when you deal with that, then the other common men, when they listen, they will vomit and they will feel what they will become more judgmental.
Hmm. Hmm.
Can't be like that. But as a psychologist, I have to accept that this phenomenon is existing on this universe. And
Hmm.
accept, otherwise I cannot be a therapist there. I'll be a judge there. The patient will be the culprit there.
Hmm.
I'll be passing judgment on him instead of helping him. But if I accept the phenomenon, yes, this phenomenon is also is there something called incest. You know what is incest? It is a parabolic sexual disorder which people deviate from sexual deviance, that they will get it sexually attracted within their family members. That will happen.
Hmm.
But we have to accept the phenomenon that this is a phenomenon is existing. If some other people, if they listen, that how can you get attracted to your own family members, like right now?
Hmm.
So I have to accept the phenomenon. If I accept, then the universe will reveal the truth to me behind what is happening. Then I can help them. What I call I'm enlightened, right
Right.
now. Yes. So during this meditation, mindful, be it mindful or mindless, you have to
Hmm.
accept whatever the universal truth is there.
Hmm.
You are blessed.
Okay. Great. So let's proceed for the closing of this session.
Yes, sir.
Though it was going very deep
Yes, sir.
in meditation,
Yes.
though though it is really a great conversation, and of course, there are a lot of people who are watching this talk show. They want to know more about it. They want to
Yes, sir.
know more views about this mindless meditation thing, especially,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
the
Yes, sir.
connection of the science and spirituality as well. So there
Yes.
are a lot of things, right?
Yes, sir. Definitely,
And
sir.
and these things,
1 hour is very limited for to talk about this topic.
right?
But I want our people should know about it and start practicing on this. It will be a great help for themselves. We can create a new happy world definitely through the meditation.
Right, right. Perfect, perfect. Sounds good. So now, um, I have few words for you
Yes, sir, please.
on which you can give your the response whatever you want,
Okay,
right?
sir.
Right. So whatever you think of, it's a rapid fire round. You can say this.
Okay. Okay. It's a difficult one,
I have
sir.
copied this thing from so many interviews, the Bollywood
Yes.
interviews. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh,
Okay.
difficult one. I was not aware of it. Okay. Suddenly you're introducing.
Surprising
Okay.
element. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. Uh, Psychologist, define in one word or one line, according to you.
The healers in learning.
Patients,
The psychologist upcoming.
Okay, really nice. Perfect. God.
God. The who has seen cannot talk. Who talks has not yet seen.
Very smart answer. Technology.
Useful.
Students.
The future.
Future.
Yes.
Next is future.
Oh, you are asking future only is the
Yeah,
question.
future is the question, yes.
Future to be experienced.
To be experienced. Okay. Past.
Past to be converted into knowledge.
Great. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
These are all the questions that I can think of right now to ask you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So, I mean, these questions were impromptu. I also did not has any kind of planning for asking these rapid fire questions, but
Okay,
still, I
sir.
feel like that I should ask, and it was
That's
really
that's a
amazing.
new that's a very good introduction, sir. I like it. I like it, sir. Good. I like Council India specifically that the way you're conducting the classes and coordination, the new innovations. I like it very much. Seriously, Frank.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. And definitely, this is something we want. We want people to be happy. We want people to be free from these psychological problems. We want people to be their own counselors,
Okay.
and that's why we are just trying. We are producing some good quality content. We're producing some good courses, and definitely it is being happen through you.
Oh, sir,
The
please, sir.
kind of knowledge that you have, the kind of thoughts
Okay.
you have, the kind of style of delivering the content you have. This
Okay,
is
sir.
really amazing. And that's why Counseling Day is growing day by day with
Okay,
a
sir.
very fast speed. And it's a big thanks to you, sir, for your
Not
contribution.
only me, sir. Not only me. Every psychologist and psychiatrist they will
Right,
support Council India. We will
right.
make Indian psychology as the topper one.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. And anything, sir, you want to say to our audience in the last?
Uh, Nothing, sir. Just a few words to everybody that uh, yes, your life is going fast and you're serious, sincere, multiple complexity of emotions and thoughts, everything are running and doing everything. But among all this complex cluster where you are involved or stuck, at least 120 minutes just spend for you, just spend for your own consciousness, just for that purpose. Unconditionally, if you spend 20 minutes, you can bring tremendous positive change in your own life, in your family. If all together are doing, we can create a new, happy, joyful world where there is no war, there is no any human fights or frictions. Our world will be beautiful and happy. Heaven. That's all.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much for your
Thank you, thank
advice.
you.
Thank you so much
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
for
much.
joining us, connecting with Council India, and thank you so much being a support to in the growth of Council India.
Yes, sir.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Good night. Take care. I hope you enjoyed the
Good day, good
conversation
day, sir.
session.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.